Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is approaching its final wave, with Wave 6 launching around the fall or winter of this year, giving us our final 8 tracks for Mario Kart 8. Which is pretty sad, but also a little happy for me because maybe we can finally move on to Mario Kart 9 in the near future. But with that said, we have to take a look back at all the tracks from the past games that were not included so far, and that are probably not going to be included, as we only have a couple tracks from some of the past games, and most of the tracks remaining are from Tour, being either Nitro tracks or City tracks. So we are approaching the very end, and most of the tracks that we know and love that still are not in this game are probably just not going to be included. Well, today I'm going to go through each and every single Mario Kart game and talk about the tracks that are still not in Mario Kart 8 right now, and also kind of focus on some of the ones that a lot of people love that also are still not in, and what it would mean since we don't have them in Mario Kart 8, and kind of just, you know, look back at some of the tracks that we just haven't gotten and may not get. But real quick guys, if you enjoyed today's video, stop what you're doing, leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Kart and Nintendo in general. It helps out a lot and help us reach our goal of 250,000 subscribers. We are getting very close. But let's jump into the video. So with Super Mario Kart on the SNES, we know based on the data mine that we only have one track left, and there's not many left to choose from, however. We have Ghost Valley, the Bowser Castle tracks, Choco Island, Koopa Beach, and Vanilla Lake. And I think most people have brought it between Bowser's Castle and Vanilla Lake. There are advertisements in-game for Vanilla Lake, but lots of people have brought up the attention that Bowser's Castle is in fact in Mario Kart Tour and made with Mario Kart 8 in mind, and we don't even have a Bowser's Castle track in any of this DLC so far, so it makes the most sense. But there still could be a Koopa Beach thrown in there, who knows, but thanks to the fact that we have Choco Mountain and Boo Lake, it kind of replaces Ghost Valley and Choco Island in my opinion, leaving us with just Bowser's Castle, Koopa Beach, and Vanilla Lake. So odds are we'll probably be getting Bowser's Castle. Now, based on the data mine, there's no more Mario Kart 64 tracks coming, which is a little bit of a tragedy because there's a lot here. We have Luigi Raceway, Moo Moo Farms, Koopa Troopa Beach, Frappe Snowland, Mario Raceway, Wario Stadium, Sherbert Land, the classic version, Bowser's Castle, DK Jungle Parkway, and Banshee Boardwalk. Now, as far as tracks that people really like that are probably not going to be seen again is like Frappe Snowland is always a fan favorite, Wario Stadium, which I understand. We have lots of stadiums and Colosseums from Wario and Waluigi, so I get that one, but DK Jungle Parkway is another one returning even in Wii, which was another fan favorite. But yeah, there's a lot of these that are just not going to see the light of day again. Yes, we have things like Moo Moo Meadows to replace Moo Moo Farms, and we have enough beaches instead of Koopa Troopa Beach again, but yeah, some characters still don't have their own raceways or circuits like Luigi Raceway that appears in Mario Kart 64 as well. Now, once again, basing this off of the data leaks, Mario Kart Super Circuit for the GBA is also done, and there are a lot of tracks here as well that are not going to be included within this game. Peach Circuit, Shy Guy Beach, Bowser's Castles, Luigi Circuit, Cheep Cheep Island, Yoshi Desert, Lakeside Park, Broken Pier, and Rainbow Road. Now, honestly, there are a lot of Mario Kart GBA tracks that are in the game right now, and lots of them that's been remade, but there's still a lot of other characters, once again, that don't have their own circuits or tracks. There's no Peach Circuit in the game right now. Luigi Circuit is one I really did love with the rain and everything. It was a really cool looking track. Bowser's Castle 3, which was something that we were seeing a lot of. Yoshi's Desert never got brought back, and Lakeside Park, which makes sense though because we did get at least one of them with Riverside Park. But there's still a lot on that list, and a lot of these tracks are based off of characters that some of them, like Peach and Luigi, just didn't really get their own track. We do have like Peach Castle themed tracks, but we don't really have a quote-unquote Peach Circuit, or a Peach Beach rather, which would be coming up very soon. And this is where we start to see throwbacks from past Mario Karts, and I'm going to bring these back up again in each game to show where they're coming from and how often they came to future games, and to show how they're still not in Mario Kart 8. For instance, we have Choco Island and Vanilla Lake, which are still not in Mario Kart 8. And we don't have the proper Sunset Wilds. I'm sorry, I just had to put that in there. I want my nighttime, Nintendo. For Mario Kart Double Dash, we have apparently 2 tracks left in the data mine, and there's a lot to choose from, but I think we're gonna end pretty good. We have Luigi Circuit, Peach Beach, Mushroom Bridge, Mario Circuit, Mushroom City, DK Mountain, Wario Colosseum, Dino Jungle, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road. And some of the highlights here, Mushroom Bridge, a big one. It's in tour. A lot of people love it, myself included. We know Dino Jungle is also one. It has an advertisement in Squeaky Clean Sprint. There's a chance it could be there. DK Mountain, another big one that a lot of people love, which would work well with a Diddy Kong or Funky Kong character edition as well. We also have Wario Colosseum, one that's just wacky and crazy that I often enjoy, but those are some of the, you know, more interesting picks I feel like out of all those four right there. And my bet is probably Mushroom Bridge and Dino Jungle or DK Mountain. It's between those three for sure, but I would go Mushroom Bridge and Dino Jungle. They're just some really fun tracks. Moving on to Mario Kart DS, apparently we are done with DS tracks based on the data mine, and there are some really big hitters here, a couple, but the rest of these not really going to miss too much personally. I know some people might, but we have Figure 8 Circuit, which hopefully no one misses that, Yoshi Falls, Luigi's Mansion, Desert Hills, Delfino Square, DK Summit, Airship Fortress, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road. So the big ones for me, Luigi's Mansion, it hurts. Still, no Luigi themed track in this game, and Luigi's Mansion is just such a brilliant one. It's just based on Luigi. It should be in here. It's just kind of surprising. Delfino Square, nothing here, nothing Mario Sunshine. I do guess we have the airport, which technically can be Mario Sunshine themed, but yeah. DK Summit also not on here, and of course, Airship Fortress. Airship Fortress is just a huge one that I feel like was a missed opportunity. It's in tour. It's a beautiful track where you're going through the airships and then blasting out of cannons and going down broken castles. This one really hurt. Just the fact that we're not going to get this one is just a painful one to swallow. Now, as far as returning tracks in Mario Kart DS, there was a lot of them. We once again see Moo Moo Farms, Peach Circuit, Luigi Circuit GameCube, Frappe Snowland, the original on 64, Bowser's Castle GBA, Koopa Beach, Luigi Circuit GBA, Mushroom Bridge, Choco Island, and Banshee Boardwalk. So there was a lot returning there, and all those are still not in Mario Kart 8. Next, we have Mario Kart Wii. The slots have been switched and mixed around, so apparently there could be one more track left. I think a lot of people know what that track will probably be, considering the fact it's going to be the last track of the entire DLC together. But we have Luigi Circuit, Toad's Factory, Mario Circuit, Daisy Circuit, Dry Ruins, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road. And look, I really want Toad's Factory. I love Toad's Factory. You also have Daisy Circuit and Dry Ruins, which are pretty fun tracks, but let's face it, Rainbow Road is going to happen. It's going to be Rainbow Road, one of the best Rainbow Roads out there that people love and remember and have nostalgia with. I am just going to be a little sad just at the end of this to not hear that Toad's Factory soundtrack again and just race through that kind of factory setting. And it was a really unique track, something that we don't see a lot of that unfortunately is going to be left in the dust. And Mario Kart Wii has tons of classic tracks returning, with Peach Beach, Yoshi Falls, Ghost Valley, Mario Raceway 64, Sherbert Land 64, Shy Guy Beach, Delfino Square DS, Desert Hills DS, Bowser's Castle 3 GBA, DK's Jungle Parkway 64, Mario Circuit GameCube, DK Mountain GameCube, and Bowser's Castle 64. So once again, all of those classic tracks still not in Mario Kart 8, but return in these past games. Next up we have Mario Kart 7, and unfortunately, Mario Kart 7 is done as well. There's a lot of original tracks in Mario Kart 7 that are just going to never be seen again, such as Daisy Hills, Cheep Cheep Lagoon, Shy Guy Bazaar, Woohoo Loop, which is Woohoo Island Loop, Mario Circuit, Wario Shipyard, Maka Woohoo, which is the Mountain Loop, Rosalina's Ice World, and Bowser's Castle. So the big hitters here, Daisy Hills, we already have Amsterdam Drift, which looks very much like it with the windmills and all the flowers and stuff, but Shy Guy Bazaar, which was a really cool one, I desperately miss the Wii Sports Island tracks with Woohoo Loop and Maka Woohoo. These were so cool. They weren't anything crazy. They just followed the paths that you would take within the game on the bike trails and stuff. But man, I just love the fact that they had Wii Sports tracks in this game. And it hurts me that none of them are returning. None of them. None of them. Mario Kart 7. It just dropped the ball with this one. But you got some other ones that were a little weird, like Rosalina's Ice World, and yeah, I don't know why Rosalina ever had an Ice World, but yeah, you're missing some of these original tracks in 7, and they're just going to be gone forever. Now, Mario Kart 7 has a couple of returning tracks from the classics that are not in Mario Kart 8 right now, with Luigi's Raceway from 64, Bowser's Castle GBA, Luigi's Mansion, Koopa Troopa Beach from 64, DK Pass, Dino Jungle, and Airship Fortress. And finally, we have Mario Kart Tour, which is probably going to give us 2 city and 2 new left, unless that one Wii track adds to another new one, probably just 2 city and 2 new, however. So right now, the only ones remaining is Rome Avanti, which is the last city track until we figure out whatever the last one is. And then we have Piranha Plant Cove and Piranha Plant Pipeline for the 2 new ones. So essentially, we are receiving every single new track in Mario Kart Tour. None is being left out. They are wiping that game clean because once again, like a lot of people brought up, they probably figure there's no way to ever play these tracks again once the servers of Mario Kart Tour go down. So they want to get all these on a console while they can, and I get that. If you want to go back and play some of these tracks that have not been added to Mario Kart 8, you could always go back to past games. You can't do that with Tour once the servers are down. So yeah, we're getting everything, all the city and all the new Nitro tracks. But oh my goodness, does it have almost every single track returning from past games. I mean, seriously, the list for all the tracks returning from past games that are not in Mario Kart 8 right now is monumental. Let's blow through it. Choco Island SNES, Rainbow Road SNES, Vanilla Lake, Bowser's Castle 3 SNES, Ghost Valley SNES, Vanilla Lake SNES, we have Koopa Troopa Beach SNES, Luigi's Raceway 64, Koopa Troopa Beach 64, Frappe Snowland, Mario Raceway 64, Peach Circuit GBA, Bowser's Castles GBA, Luigi Circuit GBA, Cheep Cheep Island GBA, Yoshi's Desert GBA, Mushroom Bridge, DK Mountain, Dino Jungle, Luigi's Mansion, DK Pass, Airship Fortress, Daisy Circuit, Dry Ruins, Rainbow Road for the Wii, Daisy Hills, Mario Circuit on Mario Kart 7, Wario Shipyard for Mario Kart 7, Rosalina's Ice World from 7, and Bowser's Castle for Mario Kart 7. Goodness gracious, that's how many tracks right there returning that are in Tour that are not in Mario Kart 8 right now. And those are all the tracks that are not in Mario Kart 8 right now. I'm not adding up all the individual ones, such as the Bowser Castle 1, 2, 3, Mario Circuit 1, 2, 3, all that stuff. Instead, I'm looking at all the original tracks that are still not in Mario Kart 8, and we have a whopping total of 62 tracks from across the series, which is a lot of tracks, which makes people also wonder, is there any way that Nintendo would add another booster pass? Or maybe even some more waves with some more characters as well? Well, it's hard to say what Nintendo is going to do, but yes, that's a lot of tracks still on the table. But let me know down below, which of these 62 tracks would you still want to see for this last wave, and what tracks are you going to be so sad if they don't make the cut? But thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you guys leave today to help us reach 250,000 subscribers. We are super close, but thank you guys so much for your love and support. It means a lot. And I will see you all on the next one. See you guys.